So before we fully get started, I have a poll. Okay, so this is just to see how long you guys have been teaching and how comfortable you are using Zoom. So I'm going to launch it and we'll let it go for just a couple minutes. Okay, so on your screen, a poll should pop up and it says, how long have you been teaching ESOL and how comfortable do you feel teaching over Zoom? Okay, it looks like all our answers are in. Welcome, Sue. Okay, so now I can share how we did. Can everybody see that? This is my first time sharing a poll online.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, good. All right, so it looks like a lot of us taught since way back or since before the pandemic, but a couple just started. Couple of us are super familiar with Zoom, but a few others are still 50-50 or not so great. All right, well, welcome everybody, wherever you're at. Cool. Okay, all right, and then Sarah's gonna demo something first, and then I'll demo something else, and we'll do that. Oh yeah, and if anybody wants to be available for us to call on you, turn your turn your video on so we can use you in our demo class, okay?
All right, so for my first demo, I am going to call on a few participants. So today I'll just be demoing a few ways that you can use remote control. And to be specific, remote control is a feature that becomes available to you once you are sharing your screen and you are able to let participants in the meeting move your cursor and interact with your shared screen. So first I will start with this, and Laura, is it okay if I have you go first? So I'm going to give you remote control and say, hey, Laura, click on my screen once to control my screen, and then show me the cow. Once you point to it, repeat the word back to me.
Oh, okay, so I am starting and I'm doing what now? Please.
Go ahead and click on my shared screen once. There you go. Now you're controlling my screen. Go ahead and move the cursor to show me the cow. Oops.
Oh yeah,
all right.
There it is.
There it is. Let me hear you say it. Cow. Just one quick time, Laura. Cow.
Cow. I thought I did.
You got it. Okay. Let's see. Who else do I have here? All right.
Your little potbelly pig is sure cute.
Isn't it? Okay. Teresa, I'll have you go next. Go ahead and click once on my screen.
Oh,
And
it
then
says
move-
you are controlling. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Go
mean,
ahead
hopefully
and
not as a person, but
go ahead and move the cursor to show me the pig.
oh, I like him.
Yeah,
A
perfect.
pig, potbelly pig.
Pig, you got it. All right, so as you can all see, this is one way that you can do a listen and point activity with remote control. This would work with beginner level learners, of course.
Mhm.
And if you're doing it with something like pictures, you're gonna wanna make sure that it's very clear what word corresponds with which picture, as we have in this case.
Excuse me, dumb question.
Mhm.
How do I get on your screen? Share screen, which is already green, or what?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Well, the first command you gave to Laura was get on my screen. I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so I'll go over those steps in 1 second. Let's go ahead and try that with you. Sarah, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll have you do the last round with me real quick. So I just gave you remote control. So go ahead and click on it once.
On
The screen that you're seeing me share. Great. Now go ahead and move your cursor to the chicken.
okay.
All right. And let me hear you say it. Chicken.
Chicken.
You got it. Okay. So that's one way we could use this with beginner levels. Of course, an extension of listen and point is something that we call a document search. So this would easily work with an advanced level learner. Let me see. Who else is sharing their camera? I see Pam. Okay, Pam. In this case, I'm going to say a word. I want you to look for the word in this text. When you find it, go ahead and highlight it with the cursor and then repeat it back to me. So for example, hey Pam, show me epidemiology.
Wow.
Okay, now wait a minute. Let's see.
Great. Yeah, you got it. Let me hear it.
Epidemiology.
Excellent.
I don't think it's the right one.
No, you got it.
You got it.
And then let's see. Who else who has their video? Let's see. Marianne, I see you have your video on, so we'll just do one more with you. Marianne, go ahead and click on my screen once
The wrong session, yeah.
and show me distribution.
Okay, distribution.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry, my mouse is acting up, but yeah, distribution.
Perfect. All right. So, so as you can see, you can see this activity can be used across levels. Of course, if we were doing it with somewhere in between the two activities we just showed, maybe I'd choose a text that's a little simpler, or maybe I'd use pictures that are still clear what words they correspond to, but maybe a little bit more advanced vocabulary.
Like you could ask students to show you the main idea or.
Oh yeah, that's a great
supporting
point.
Ideas or,
Yeah.
okay.
Show me the
That's cool.
thesis statement, something like that. So when it comes to the steps for remote control, I'll just verbally go through them really quick and then run through some screenshots. So first of all, you're going to need to share your screen to be able to see the icon. Once you do, there's that menu that hovers down above the green and red part. In that row of icons, there should be an icon that looks like a computer mouse, and below it are the words remote control. When you click on that, it's going to give you a list of all the participants who are using a computer. And you select one of them. Once you select their name, they click on your screen once and they're able to control your
Could you say
cursor.
it again, please?
Sorry, did I hear someone say to repeat that?
Yes.
No?
Sure. Let's go through it with the screenshots this time. So you want to click share screen,
Okay,
which is going to pop up a window that looks like this.
let's try that.
Click on the file that you want to share and then click share. Now I'm sharing my screen and there's this green and red part. When I put my mouse up here, this menu pops down.
Oh, I
And
didn't
then
see that menu.
exactly, yeah. And then if you're not seeing this icon when you share your screen and you're the host and you're doing it from a computer, it's possible you don't have the setting turned on. We're happy to show you the web page towards the end where you can go to turn those kinds of settings on. So to give remote control to somebody, the steps I just went
You know
through.
what? I think I'll stay here. Thank you.
The steps that I went through to just give you all remote control like I just did is I click on this icon. It gives me a list of all the participants who I can give it control to. Click on a name, and then it'll show me a message saying, waiting for that participant to control your screen.
Okay,
Once they on their end click on it once, it'll say they are controlling your screen, and then they're able to,
but there's also a 2 o'clock one.
they're all, there's also what?
Yeah, I want the one on breaking the isolation activities. Okay.
All right, so let's see. So a few considerations about remote control. Unfortunately, this one is not the most tech inclusive. And what I mean by that is it only works if the participant is calling in from a computer.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Let's see. I believe you're only able to do it if you're hosting it from a computer as well. So teacher and learner both need to be on computer to use this feature. Another thing to be aware of is the tug of war. So when someone's controlling your mouse, if you move your mouse or trackpad, then the cursor is going to do a little bit of this action. So just be sure if you're letting your learner use remote control that your hands are off the trackpad until you're actually trying to move it again. The last thing is trust. So especially if you're sharing your whole desktop, people are able to open folders or, click into that sort of thing. If one of you had chose to click on one of my bookmarks, you would have went to that page. So it is something to be mindful of. You'll want to control for those sorts of things. So, all right. Next, we will have Daniel go ahead and practice sharing video. And Daniel, I'll give you remote control so you can.
Oh, I have remote control over my own. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I've never done it this way. All right, so I'm going to demo how I like to use videos in class and how I like to annotate the screen. And also I'm going to use a poll that's going to be our question and answer session. So here we go. Whoa. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, strange.
Oh,
Sarah?
here, let me help you.
I'm getting a lot of black boxes. Can I ask you to...
Sure.
All right. Okay. All right, Sarah, can you annotate the screen and circle the cat?
Circle the cat.
All right. Let's see. Laura, do you recognize this cat? Oh, you're muted.
I know, I was trying to, do I recognize this cat?
Mm-hmm.
Vaguely.
Okay.
I don't recognize it.
All right. Does anybody know who these cartoon characters are? Just call it out.
Yes, Jerry.
Tom and
Jerry.
Tom and
Tom and Jerry.
All
Never watched cartoons when I was little.
right. Okay.
Still watch cartoons.
All right. So as you can see, if it's frozen like this, you can draw anything you want on the screen. Sarah, could you circle Jerry, the mouse for me?
Sarah Shoemaker, me, or Sarah Mulliner?
Oh yeah, Sarah Mulliner.
Oh, got it.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so all right, now Sarah, can you take the drawings off? Okay. And then go ahead and hit play, and we'll play until I'll just raise my hand to stop. Does that work? Okay.
That works.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Okay, and here I'm going to use a poll to demo some of the questions that we could ask after looking at this video. So here we go. Just 3 quick questions, fill in the blank. Right, I'm going to end the poll and then share the results. All right, in this case, democracy wins. So answer that got the most votes is actually correct. So Jerry washed Tom's mouth out with soap. Okay, makes sense. So this is how you can use video and how you can use polling to share information with your students. All right, I'm going to turn that off. Sarah, can you turn to the next slide?
Oops.
Oh.
1 second.
Yeah, they're going to keep playing.
There we go. That one?
Okay, yeah. All right, so these are a couple things to think about when you're sharing video. One, you hit share screen and it gives you this screen that you can see in front of you with all these choices. Pick, what I usually pick is just the, I'd use Chrome, so I choose the browser window that has the video that I want to share. Also, if you're sharing video, make sure that you click these two boxes at the bottom. So share sound will make the viewer hear the audio that's coming out of your computer, they'll hear it. And then optimize for video clip if you're using a video. Okay, can you show the next one, Sarah? Oh wait, oh yeah, and earlier when we drew on the pictures together, what you want to do is use that annotate button that's up at the top. Okay, next slide. All right, so a couple things about annotate. If you use annotate to draw on the picture or whatever you're doing, you have to remember to push that annotate button again before you move on to the next thing. I get stuck with this all the time. So just remember, like if it's not working, take a breath, hit the annotate button again. Also, if you're drawing on a picture and you're about to hit play on a video, make sure you clear the drawings first before you keep going. So that's what I asked Sarah to do, right? So you hit that little trash can button and you say clear all drawings. You can also, and we'll try this later, you can have your students annotate as well. So I could do that same thing, share the picture of Tom and Jerry and say, Pam, could you circle Jerry? And then you'd have to find the tool and draw a circle around Jerry. Oh, here comes another student. Okay, next slide. I think you're back up, Sarah. Oh wait, no, there was something else about polls. Okay, polls are weird. You can't write a poll, as far as I know, inside the Zoom app itself. You have to go to the weird zoom.us website, and then you have to make a meeting, and then you add this to the meeting. And it's, if you scroll way down when you're looking at the meeting, that's where you create the poll. That's why there's that arrow to way down there. And then after you have it, you can just launch it by hitting the polls button that's in the bar at the bottom. Okay, can you do the next slide, Sarah? Okay, a couple things to pay attention to about polls. One, it's really just a poll. Like, it told me what percentage of you guys picked the right answer, but it didn't tell me who picked what. You know, so if I wanted to be like, Sarah, why did you say Tom drew all under Jerry's face? You know, I wouldn't know who to do that with. Also, you can't really identify, yeah, that's what I was just saying. You can't identify who said what in real time. And also it's pretty limited. It's only multiple choice. So you've got to either, yeah, there's no text edit. There's nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So next, I want to test drive some features you can use to make your role play, your dialogues a little bit more realistic. So let's see. Let me pull up the chat really quick. And so, all right. 1 second, everybody. Is it pronounced Francois?
It's Francoise.
Francois.
Yes.
All right. Would you mind doing a short dialogue with me?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. It's
Okay. So I'll do A, you do B. Ready?
okay.
Hi, how can I help you today?
I'd like the grilled cheese sandwich
Sure. And would you like that with fries or with the salad?
with salad.
Sounds good. I'll have that right out. All
Thank
right.
you.
So for take 2, I'm going to have whoever volunteers to go next look at that in the chat box because I need to do a few different things with my shared screen. Okay, does anyone want to volunteer to do that same dialogue with me one more time?
Sure.
Who said that?
I did Sarah Shoemaker,
Sarah Shoemaker.
Perfect. Okay,
but I don't see the dialogue right now.
it's in the chat.
Oh. Oh, my chat has disappeared.
Okay, I will give you 1 second.
You got it?
No. Shoot, I mean, the screen got smaller with you guys without me doing anything. Let's see, that's not right.
Laura, I see you raising your hand.
I can do it if, it's a challenge.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for volunteering, Sarah, but yeah, I'll have you work through this one with me, Laura. Sound good?
Okay.
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 Hi, how are you doing today? Or hi, how can I help you today?
I'd like the grilled cheese sandwich.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'd like the grilled cheese sandwich.
Sure, and would you like that with fries or with a salad?
Wow. Oh. With a salad.
Sounds good. I'll have that right out. Okay.
I really wanted the fry.
All right. So as you all can see, I changed my background to a video. You can also do an image. And I also shared my computer audio to add that ambient restaurant noise. So let's go ahead and talk through how I did that. All right. So just really quick verbally, then we'll go into screenshots. For the virtual backgrounds, I clicked the arrow in my start video icon. I selected choose virtual background, and then I add an image or a video and upload it. Here's what that looks like. So down here in my start video icon, there's this little caret, this little arrow. When I click on that, oops. Oh, I might be missing a slide. I apologize. When you click on that, it's going to give you a little menu, and it has a few different options, but you're going to want to choose virtual background ... Once you do, it takes you to this screen, and we're going to want to focus into this plus arrow here. Clicking on that will make this list pop up. If you want to add an image, click add image. If you want to add a video, add video. These are things you're going to need to have saved on your computer before you go in to do that. So I click on that and it opens up a Finder folder for me. I click on the image I want to add as my background. It uploads it and it automatically adds it as my virtual background. And then all you need to do is close this window to go back to yourself in the main view with that background. The steps for the computer audio was, again, you're going to want to have the file or the YouTube video or whatever you're using as the audio source pulled up. You're going to go into the share screen tab. There's a few steps there. And then once the audio is sharing, press play. So here's what that looks like. The one I just used was a 10-hour video of busy restaurant ambience from YouTube. So I had that already pulled up in my browser. I go into Zoom, click share screen. And then here we're going to want to go into the advanced tab up top. It gives you a few different options. I selected computer audio and then share. And then I went back to this video and pressed play. And that's how the sound started coming through on your end. All right, so some things to consider with this. Oh, and I'll go ahead and turn off my virtual background now. So you're gonna want to plan ahead. And what I mean by that is you're gonna wanna have the file that you want as your virtual background already saved. You're gonna wanna have the audio file already pulled up, all of that in the before class time so that there's no dead air in class while you're pulling those things up. Another thing to consider with the audio part specifically is that it shares all audio. So if you have an application up like your email or WhatsApp that has bings for notifications, close those out or else that's going to come through too. As you may have noticed, that I think that incorporating these elements increases the level of challenge of the dialogue. I think that you would all agree that take one was a little bit easier, less mentally taxing than round two. That's kind of the point. So either if your learner's more advanced or if you're trying to more closely simulate what it's going to be like to order in a restaurant in real life, just something to keep in mind. All right.
All right.
For this part, I think I'm going to stop sharing and let you go from there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to also show how to share, instead of just sharing a window on your screen, you can also share a whiteboard where everybody can work together. So I have it here. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, all right. So I've put here, can you all see the whiteboard and you can see what do you already do in class? Okay. So if you guys can go, Sarah, what's it look like for you? It's under at the top, it says view options. And if you click on that menu, then you can go to annotate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it says view options, click that little tiny menu at the top, go to annotate, and then just use the stamp thing and put a stamp next to the thing that you already do in class, right? Like I'm going to do it right now. Like I put a heart for breakout rooms. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. All right. This is cool. Okay. And if there's something else that you don't, that you can think of that you already do, you can just use the text feature and type it in yourself. Right. Okay. So I see a lot of already breakout rooms, a lot of polls. Okay.
I don't even know what a breakout room is.
Ah, okay. So when you have a big group of people, a breakout room will divide the big group into 2 smaller groups of people. So for example, today I taught a group class and it's a really wide range. It's from A1 beginner levels to people that I would have over at a dinner party, like very fluent. And so we divide it so that one of the teachers will take the beginners and the other will take the more advanced learners. And so basically they're still in the same meeting, but they're in a different room inside the meeting. Okay. All right. And then, let's see, will that work? No. All right. And then here, I'm gonna make one more list. Oop. Second. All right, this is gonna be the same. Okay, so same thing. What do you already do and what do you feel like you would want to practice today? And I know that we're way over time, but we'll let a couple of you practice, okay? right. Okay, cool. Right. So it looks like a lot of interest in practicing using the whiteboard. Let's see, who would want to practice using the whiteboard? Raise your hand if you've got your video on. All right, let's see. All right, Sarah, let's have you do it. So here's what I've got to do. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing this.
Daniel, do you think we should stop recording at this point?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'll stop recording.
By the way, everybody.